What is going on, Bucs fans and CFP fans? Evan Wanish here, back at you with yet another video talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And today we are going to be going over betting the Bucs for the Buccaneers Week 15 matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, not going to sugarcoat it here. Last week did not go our way in terms of betting. It was our first true losing week in quite some time, though. So I will pat myself on the back for that. But we went 1-3 last week with the lone bet we hit being the Rachaad White anytime touchdown. We got a rebound, right? It brings our total now on the season to 28-22. So again, we got to bounce back in a big way here this week. Hopefully the Buccaneers can get a victory, but also hopefully we can be above 500 again this week. So like I said, the first losing week we've had in a little bit, but that does still sting. And hopefully, like I said, we'll get back on track this week. And let's get back on track right away, starting with over 20.5 Justin Herbert passing completions. You get that at minus 110 right now over on DraftKings.com. So Justin Herbert over 20.5 completions. I like the Chargers to throw a good bit in this game. The Buccaneers secondary is a little bit banged up. It struggled also, in the past. And I think that the Chargers have an opportunity here to maybe air the ball out a little bit more than they have been in the past here in terms of their offense. So I like Herbert to get over 20 completions in this matchup. I just think it's a pretty solid matchup for him. Again, Antoine Winfield Jr. is out in this matchup for the Bucs. So I think it favors the Chargers in this one. But we're also going to switch it over to the Buccaneers side of things, and we're going to go over 4.5 Mike Evans receptions. Now, you can get that minus 165 right now. Obviously, not the greatest of odds. Last week, we had minus 165 on Brock Bowers. I think he had 2 catches, so that was great. Hopefully this week, though, for the Buccaneers and for Mike Evans, that changes, and I think the Bucs are going to want to get Mike Evans the football. We know that he is, trying to get the 1,000 yards, right? He's trying to get the 1,000 yards again for the season. Now, I know that he probably doesn't really care, right? He probably doesn't really care. The team probably doesn't really care that much. All they care about is wins and losses, right? But it would be pretty cool to see it. And I think the team is going to make an effort, right? They're going to make an effort to try and get him that 1,000 yards. So we'll see if they're able to accomplish that. In order to accomplish that, though, I think you're going to need to force feed him the football at times. So I think over 4.5 catches is pretty safe bet there for me, at least. Now we'll switch back over to the Chargers. And this is the first time I Bleav we're doing 2 opponent ones. There wasn't a lot of Bucs props that I really loved in this matchup. When I checked, a lot of Rachaad White props weren't even available on DraftKings. So maybe that's because of Bucky Irving's status sort of being up in the air. I'm not really sure. But I do like Gus Edwards over 40.5 rushing yards. And it's at plus 100. So at plus money, I kind of do like that. Look, the Chargers are a ground and pound football team. And I know I'm picking Justin Herbert to have over 20 completions. I get it. May contradict itself a little bit there, but the Chargers are a running football team that has run with a lot of success. J.K. Dobbins was really, really good for them for most of this season. Unfortunately, he went down with injury, but it's been Gus Edwards who has stepped up. So I do think that Gus Edwards will see a good bit of the carries, right? A bulk of the carries. And I do think, over 40.5 rushing yards is not out of the realm of possibility for a guy like Gus Edwards. So, and at plus money, I do like that. At plus 100 there, I do like Gus Edwards over 40.5 rushing yards. And also, I'm going to take the full game over 45.5 right now, minus 108. So I know this has the makings to potentially be a lower scoring game. I get it. The Chargers defense has been pretty good. I just have a weird feeling about this game that it could be a little bit higher scoring than some may expect. So I think the over 45.5 total points scored for this game, I do like that. I think it's not going to hit by much. I will say we might have to sweat this one out a little bit, but I do like that bet there at minus 108. You put them all together, and it's $10 to pay 105. The odds are plus 950. So again, I think there's a lot of bets here. I'm looking to bounce back, right? I tried to simplify things again, trying to be too cute. Again, there was some props that weren't really available to me that I sort of wanted to maybe see what a Rachaad White prop would look like, but some of them weren't quite available. And but we'll see what happens though, right? Like I said, I think the Bucs could play spoiler to the Chargers this weekend. Hopefully they do, right? But also hopefully we can bounce back this week with a positive week after having a down week, which, like I said, ever since the bye week really has not been a normal for us. We and really even before the bye week, the couple ones before, we were doing pretty good betting wise, and now unfortunately, our record's 28-22 overall. Got to get that back up, right? Let's get it over 30. Let's get 30 or over this week, right? So we're going to aim for at least 2-2 on our bets this week. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any bets that you guys are looking at or thinking about taking. I'm always down for some advice, of course. Let me know if you're riding with me, if you're fading me. I am always eager to hear you guys' response on what you guys think about the props that we pick here. But thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And go Bucs.